What's up? So I was trying to figure out how I should do this video, whether I do it in a traditional manner or just come from the heart with it, because I really want people to understand what I'm talking about. But this is a controversial subject, and so I'm going to try to politicize it as much as I can. So, I can't even say it. I can't even formalize it. I want to say that I want black women to have babies. I think black women should have as much babies as they can possibly stand and figure it out. Because I feel like in this society, the one that we live in the United States, and pretty much any capitalist empire, whether it be the UK or US or someplace else, where capitalism equates the destruction of life, human life. It brings on the death. It makes you consider death when you otherwise would consider life. It makes you give up your offspring to people because you can't afford to have them. It makes you make decisions about the amount of children that you would normally make. And, I had, every now and then I commit random acts of kindness, and I saw that this woman got off the metro station, and she didn't have, she missed the last bus, which in Maryland, the last bus can leave like at 7 p.m. So you miss the bus, you out of luck, you got to go get a cab or something. So she asked me, randomly, stranger, if I can give her a ride. So I gave her a ride to her house, and in the meantime, we had a discussion around who we are. I asked her where she was from. She said she was from Nigeria. She's an older woman, about 64 years old. And she asked me if I had any kids. I said, yes, I have a daughter. And I said, how many? She said, do you have children? She said, yes. I said, how many? She said she had 10. 10 children. And she said, this place, speaking of America, makes it difficult, makes it hard to have kids. Saying that she said when you're home, you will have aunties and uncles and people who are not going to let you just struggle with your child. And so this is the direct opposite of what I feel we go through. So, this is just one of the ways that I feel like capitalism encourages death. Just in terms of the poor and oppressed people, especially when you don't have money in this system to take care of children, you make very bad decisions that you regret. And I'm sure there are a lot of women out there who have experienced going to an abortion clinic or giving up a child because they don't have money. And not only within America, but the capitalist system is a worldwide system, even if you claim you are a communist or a socialist country. So when we're talking about places like Africa, Haiti, where the legal kidnapping of our children takes place, we often don't really consider the situations, the conditions in which a mother would so-called give up her child. I've read stories where women were told that their child is going away for a little bit, in Africa, and they'll be back to you, but never really understanding the full magnitude of what it means to give your child over to somebody and then never see your child again. And you make these options and you make these choices based on your own conditions, based on the conditions that you didn't create yourself, but based on the conditions that capitalism created around you. So you have poor, underdeveloped nations, you have poor, underdeveloped villages, and they're not going to get better because of the exploitation that's happening in those communities. And I'm not even going to say in far-off places like Africa, but we experience those things here when we have abortion clinics in our neighborhoods and our communities and more underserved communities. You got to go get your abortion done. And you go into these places and you see women of color, some of them very sad, some of them relieved, whatever, and making decisions about their bodies not based on their own wants and needs, but based on the needs of or based on the demands that capitalism puts on them. So and then not only that, but public opinion about women who have more than 2 kids. Is she single? The society does not promote the regeneration of society. The capitalist society does not promote its regeneration through the birth of children. It promotes its death, and especially the death of poor people, especially the death of people, the unwanted people, like the colored people of the world. And since I think African people are seen as the most unwanted people, that it wouldn't be surprising to see the level of AIDS in our communities, the level of diseases, the level of out of nation adoptions, the level of infiltration into the way that we manage our lives and our homes and our babies and our families. And to capitalism, I'm not against abortions. I think that it's an option. I'm for choice, but I'm saying if the choice to have an abortion is based on the fact that capitalism is the way that capitalism has taken away your ability to raise or to take care of your kids, then the choice ultimately, or the decision ultimately was not yours. The decision was one that capitalism made for you.